Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. With patch 11.2 finally revealed and with the expected release date being in August, I think it's important for you to know what are all the different items from patch 11.1 and of course patch 11.1.5 and patch 11.1.7 that will become unobtainable, or at least that will be gone from the game for some time when Season 3 and patch 11.2 will be released. So here I really want to insist on the fact that it's very difficult sometimes to know if some of the different items will be brought back or not into the game, and also how long it will take for these different items to be brought back. And so that's why in many cases I would always recommend you to try and get the items while you can if you're not certain that these will actually be at some point brought back into the game. Let's start with some of the rewards that were specific to Season 2. So here we can start with the different rewards from the Delves. So first, when you are defeating the Underpin in his lair on tier ? You will be able to get this title, the Real Deal, and this is something that will be going away, so it will become unobtainable after that. Then there is also the Let Me Solo Him the Underpin, so you need to defeat the Underpin again without any other players in your party. And here you will be able to get the Delver's Globetrotter schematic gold that will allow you to unlock the gold version at the Wordstrom of Transformation for your mount. So this is something that, you know, if you really like your mount from the Delves, this is a good customization to have with you. And then my new Nemesis, Defeat the Underpin, is there before the release of the next season of Delves. So here you don't need to do it with the question mark tier. You will be able to get this back piece right here, which is pretty nice. And another thing that you might want to grab before it's gone is these two-handed mace right here, the Machine Gob's Iron Green. So this one is something that will drop from the Nemesis Strongbox and also from the Gestionnaires Pile of Goblin box and from the Underpin itself. And so this is a very good looking two-handed mace and something that again we don't know if it will be brought back or not in Season 3. Then of course we also have Mythic Plus. So from Season 2, when you reach 1500 in Mythic Plus rating, you will be able to get this title, the Enterprising. So again, this is something that will be completely gone after Season 2. Then you also have the Keystone Master Achievement. So you need to get 2000 of personal rating. And here you will be able to get this cool mount right here. Again, this mount will be completely gone and will become unobtainable once Season 2 is done. And Season 2 will probably be done just when patch 11.2 will be released. So you have until that moment to get this mount. Then you also have the Keystone Legend achievement. So here you need to get 3000 of rating and you will get this other version of this new model. And also it's important to note that the mounts for the Mythic Plus, Keystone, Master and Legend Hero achievements will be different in Season 3. So these models might become the only ones we were able to get in the game. So I would really recommend you to try and get them if you can. And then you also have this title right here, the Triple Threat, plus of course all the different teleports for all the different dungeons from Season 2. Then when it comes to PvP, so here as always you have the Gladiator mount that you will get if you reach Gladiator in 3v3, and so this is not such a great mount and not something that a lot of players will get anyway. Then next to that you have like a few other titles and things that will become available as well. Then you have the two Vicious Electro Heals, so as always these might become just unobtainable for like one season or something like that. I'm never really sure with the Vicious mounts, but these are easy to get right now, so you might want to grab them while you can. And then of course after that you will have all the different edit sets. So here first, as you can see, we have the Warrior edit set right here. Then after that we have the Paladin edit sets. Then we have the Hunter one right here, or actually this is this one right here with the purple glow effect. Then for Rogue, it's gonna be this version right here. Then for Priest, it's this one right here, another purple one. Then for Death Knight, it's this other purple version right here. Then for Shamans, we also have this purple version of the set right here. Then for Mage, as you can imagine, we also have the purple version of the set, which is really cool in my opinion. Then we have the Warlock one, another purple elite set. Then we have the Monk, again, the purple version of the set. Then we have the Druid one, which again I think is pretty nice. Then we have the Demon Hunter. And finally, we have the Evoker set right here. And this one is not my favorite. So these are all the elite sets that you have from Season 2. And again, these will become unobtainable after the end of Season 2. Here, the last thing that I want to mention is the fact that the Mythic mount from Dark Flame Cleft, which is this one right here, won't be something normally you will be able to farm during Season 3 simply because this dungeon is not going to be part of the rotation, and so you won't be able normally to access it in Mythic difficulty, and so that means that normally you won't be able to farm the mount. So just something for you to keep in mind. Another mount that might become unobtainable at the end of July is the Shaohao Sage Serpent. So this is the new promotion mount for the release of the pre-patch of Mr. Pandaria Classic. It's gonna work very similar to the mount we got for the release of the pre-patch for Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Basically, as you can see, all you need to do is to install Mr. Pandaria Classic. Normally, it should not cost you anything else if you already have a retail version of the game. Then you need to create a Pandarian character. It doesn't matter which class, but I would recommend you to choose a class that can move fast on its own because you will have to walk a lot. Then you need to complete the Pandarian starting experience and you need to choose between Alliance or Horde. And once this is done, you will be able to go back to the retail version of the game and you will receive the Shaohao Sage Serpent mount. So as you can see, this is this recorded version of the Astral Cloud Serpent mount from Mr. Pandaria. And this is again something that will only be available during the month of July. And the previous version of this mount, again the one for Wrath of the Lich King Classic, has still not been re-added into the game even through the training post, and that's why I'm saying that this one might become unobtainable after that. And in total, it should really just take you maybe 1 hour, 1 hour and a half maximum, depending on which class you use and how fast you are. So it's really not a big deal, and at least like that you get a free promotion mount. So this mount is extremely easy for you to get. Basically, you want to come right here at the entrance of Dornogal and you want to talk to Vinny Sweets, and he will have normally all the different quests for week 1, 2, 3 and 4 available right away. So you just want to make the quest for week 1 and then as soon as you complete it, you will receive the quest for week 2, etc, etc. And when you arrive to week 4, you will then be able to go and talk to Vaudin, the Troll Servant, and he will be selling the mount for 100 of the different resonance crystals. So again, the only requirement is for you to complete the wiki quest for week 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then you can buy the mount directly from this vendor. Here again, it's really hard to say whether this mount will be brought back or not into the game, because we don't know if this is an event that Blizzard will at some point bring back or not, and maybe also when they will bring it back, they will have new rewards. So just try to pick it up while you can. It's not a great mount, but this is extremely easy to get and at least you can add it to your collection. And of course, next to that, you have all these other rewards as well that you will be able to buy with your different resonance crystals from the same vendor. As you can see, you have all these different cosmetic shoulders. You also have this toy right here, this other toy, and this one is a BOE toy, so you can pick up a few of them and sell them on the auction house. Then you have this pet right here as well. And finally, you have this weapon, which is pretty cool, and this one you will need to do a specific achievement in order to unlock it and then to buy it. So if you really want it, I would recommend you to start now so you get it before the end of the event. Another mount you might want to pick up as well while you can is the Chrono Corsair mount. As you can see, this is this really cool parrot dragon mount. This is linked to the Turbulent Timeways 3, and so here in order to get this mount, you will need to do this achievement right here, Master of the Turbulent Timeways 3. So this is linked of course to the Turbulent Timeways event, and this event will end on the 6th of August right here. So the way you get this mount is pretty simple, but please note that this is the last week you can start if you haven't started yet, because it will take you 5 weeks to get the achievement done. I've been able to do it because it was bugged at the beginning and Blizzard didn't fix it, but if you're starting right now, it will take you 5 weeks to get the achievement, and again, this is exactly when the event will end. So basically, you want to go on any of your alts, especially one that you're not playing on, and you want to queue up for the different Time Walking dungeons. So each time you complete a Time Walking dungeon, you will receive a charge of Distill Knowledge of the Timeways, which will be a buff you will receive right here, and it will increase your experience gains by 5%. And basically you can stack up this buff up to 4 times, so it means that you need to do 4 of the different Time Walking dungeons. And when you do so, you will receive this new buff, the Mastery of Timeways. And so then after that, all you have to do is to log out. And the week after, you want to log back in on this alt. Normally, you will still have this Mastery of Timeways buff that is lasting for 3 hours. And then you just want to do another dungeon. And here you will have a second tick for your achievement, because it will be considered that you've done for this week as well. And then you want to log out again and do that 3 weeks in a row. And then on the 5th week, you will be able to get this achievement and the mount. One important thing to note is that this mount will most likely be added to all the different Time Walking vendors for all the different expansions, and it will cost 5,000 of the different Time Wrap badges. And the way we know that is because the 2 previous mounts from the 2 previous editions of this event are part of the loot table from all the different Time Walking vendors. So basically this one is most definitely not going away. But still, if you want to save 5,000 of the different Time Wrap badges, you can do that during the event. Another category of rewards that will be gone after July are all the different rewards from the Greedy Emissary event. So this is an event that just started yesterday and that will last until the 30th of July. So you only have 1 month to get all the rewards from the event. First of all, you will be able to get all these recorded tier 2 sets from the WoW 20th anniversary events. So as you can see, these are all these different sets right here. And so again, these will maybe at some point be brought back into the game, but we don't know when, we don't know how. And for instance, if it is through the training post, you will probably have to spend a lot of your different tenders that are already very limited on these different sets. So try to get them while you can, and especially these are extremely easy to get. Next to that, you also have the new Inarius Charger mount, which is a recolored version of the TL's Charger. So this mount will only be obtainable during this month. Maybe it will be brought back at some point in the future through a training post or through future Greedy Emissaries events, but who knows when that will be. And you also have, of course, the previous version of the different rewards, such as the TL's mount, which is also going to be available during the month of July and gone after that. Then you have these different cosmetic items. You have like a few more toys right here. So as you can see, you have the Tome of the Tone Portal, the 12-string guitar, the Livestock Lokar Axe, which is this one right here. You also have these 2 cosmetics right here. You then have this bag, and you have a new one from this year, which is this one right here. And finally, you have these pets. So all these different items will only be available during July, and even though they might be brought back at some point, you might want to get them while you can, and especially again, it's extremely easy for you to get them. Another thing that I want to mention in this video are the different rewards for the month of July from the training post, and the reason why I really want to insist that this month is important for you to do is simply because instead of having just 1 monthly reward for free, and usually it's like a pet or something that no one cares about, this time you will get 3 rewards, and it includes this back piece right here, the full cosmetic set that will match the back piece, and the mount that will also go with the back piece and the transmog set. So if you are missing this month, sadly, all 3 of these different items will probably cost you more than 1,300 or 400 when they will be brought back to the trading post later on in the year or next year. And so if you don't want to have to spend some of your tenders on these different rewards, really make sure to get them while you can. So you have the whole month of July, and you will need to go to 1,400 in order to get the mount at the end as well. And of course, next to that, you also have some really cool rewards that you will be able to buy with your different tenders, including 2 overmounts, another one of these Banshee transmog sets, and all the different matching weapons. So I would really recommend you to consider getting some of them, even though it's also important to note that we are going to get some extremely cool sets, mounts, and everything in the next few months. I will make a video about that, so you might want to also save some of your tenders for all of that. You also have just one more day to pick up the new rewards from the Midsummer Fire Festival. So you have the ones that you can buy from the vendor with your different burning blossoms, as you can see. These are pretty cool, and they will match the rewards from last year as well. And then from the Frost Lord Haun with the daily boss you can do on your different characters, you will have a chance at getting these 2 cosmetic items right here. So they have each time a polearm and a staff version. And you will also have the crown of the Frost Lord. So if you want some of these, make sure to do this daily encounter, and you only have normally 1 more chance. But again, here I want to stress that these different items are not becoming unobtainable, but you will need to wait for next year for the next edition of this event in order to have another chance at getting them. Another thing you have to pick up once it becomes available is this new Twitch drop. So as you can see, this is this cosmetic back piece, which I think looks pretty cool. So let me put it, for instance, right now on a human. As you can see, this is the very popular Ninja Turtle shell, and this time there are some decorations on it. And so this one you will be able to start picking up from Twitch on July 14th, and you will have until August 11th in order to pick up this. So again, this is something that I would recommend you to pick up if you like it. It's just a cosmetic back piece, but I just wanted to include it in the video as well. Finally, and this is another promotion, and I know some of you are not going to be happy with me mentioning that, but there is this bundle right here, the Emerald Inferno pack. As you can see, this one will expire on July 14th. And when you buy this bundle, you will get the Cormera Fellborn mount, the set that goes with it, and also the headpiece that goes with it. So here, this is something that we know most likely will be added later on to the trading post. But as I already mentioned, it's very hard to get a lot of tenders. We're very limited in the amount of tenders we can get. And so if you really want this mount and this transmog set and everything, and you know you will probably purchase them from the trading post once they become available, if you have enough gold, I would recommend you to just buy some tokens in order to then have enough Battle.net balance in order to then buy this pack directly from the shop instead of the trading post. Like that, it will save you some tenders. I don't recommend you to buy it for 30 euros. I think this is completely crazy, especially because these are only recorded items from the trading post. But if you have enough gold, really just go here, buy a few of these. It will still cost you probably around 1 million gold in order to afford this pack. But if you again really want these items and you know you will get them from the trading post, I would recommend you to try and do that to save your tenders. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope it will help you to understand a little bit what you need to do and what you need to get before the release of Season 3 and patch 11.2. Remember, a lot of these different items won't become completely unobtainable. They just won't be available for maybe a few months or a year or something like that. But hopefully you will be able to get them at some point in the future. But for a few of them, we know for sure that they will be unobtainable after the end of Season 2. And so I would recommend you to really try and focus the ones that you really like in order to not have any FOMO after that. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime I wish you all a great day. Bye!